total crypto market cap chart, sideways, down, whatever you want to call it. It's been some brutal consolidation. 166 days right now. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. So if you're a Bitcoin holder, this is you on that chart. If you're just an altcoin holder, this is you on the chart. This is crypto in general, what's happening right now, just some brutal consolidation. But when we start zooming out on this total crypto market cap chart, things become way more clear in terms of the macro. And that's what I want to discuss in this video. I know we've been doing a lot of this in recent videos, but I just came across a new data point that plays into this time frame that we've identified very recently. These purple lines that we see here on this chart, it's around September to around November area. I want to break down this data. So hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's jump into the video. I'm excited because continually there's new perspectives of data that we can overlay onto this chart. And this is all I've been doing almost every day recently, I feel like, is taking new data and overlaying it on this chart. Before I show you the new data and how it plays into this time frame, I want to define what the time frame is because you might have not seen a recent video. There's just two very clear things happening right here. This first purple line, what we're looking for on this total crypto market cap chart, is kind of like a structure breakout. Breakout where total crypto market cap in this case is breaking this previous swing high. So we have all this structure, right? We're looking for the breakout to the upside, and we're more specifically waiting for this chart to break that previous macro swing high. If we go to previous cycles, and that's why I put this purple line right here, this is right around in previous cycles when this happens, right? This structure breakout after the Bitcoin halving. If you go to last cycle, for instance, you can see this first purple line. I don't have it marked as a note, but this first purple line, that's that breakout of structure. You can just see breaking this previous swing high on the macro right there, that first purple line. And then you go back to even the cycle before that, you can just see this previous swing high right here, all of this consolidation. Look how much consolidation. And then right here, it starts breaking up, right? And breaking this swing high. So that's that. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the very similar thing at the very similar time frame post Bitcoin having this cycle. The second thing is altcoin season. You see this note, altcoin season, because historically at the second purple line, and this is post Bitcoin having, historically, you can just see the second line back here. That is altcoin season beginning, right? That means Bitcoin dominance starts falling in previous cycles. This is when it happens. Take a glance at the Bitcoin dominance chart just to give you a sense of what it looks like on that chart right here. Boom. You see I have a purple line right there. It's Bitcoin dominance falling. Go back 2 cycles, Bitcoin dominance falling. That's what we're looking for on the total crypto market cap chart. So back to the total crypto market cap chart. If we're looking at this, that's what that second purple line is. It happened last cycle. It happened 2 cycles ago. And you can just see at this similar time frame, we have these 2 purple lines right here. And that's really the beginning of something really fun happening. That is the parabolic bull season. If you notice, this cycle, we're not there yet. So that's wrapping up what those 2 purple lines are. We're getting very close. And I think just with that alone, it's kind of like, man, I need to pay attention here. Because what if crypto doesn't do what it did in previous cycles and actually start making a move to the upside here? That's something worth paying attention to. I don't know if I want to use the word concern or not, but this would be something where we see total crypto market cap, crypto in general, diverging from previous cycles. That's worth paying attention to. So this is a really big indicator for me this cycle, these 2 purple lines on this chart. Now, let's look at this. Global liquidity hits an all-time high of $95 trillion. This plays into that purple line, this purple range time frame. Historically, Bitcoin price follows. And I was like, man, what does that look like? What Bitcoin price following that? Crypto following that? What does it look like? I came across this random post. This was just posted 12 days ago or so, but a really good post over here on X. Correlation between Bitcoin and global M2 money supply. So check this out. I'm just going to read through a couple points because it breaks down the exact timeline of when we can anticipate a breakout for Bitcoin and altcoins. March 2016, global money supply broke out to an all-time high. 365 days later, this is important. Bitcoin broke out of its previous all-time high. November 2019, M2 again broke out to a new all-time high. 366 days later, Bitcoin broke out to a new peak. Check that out. 300, like right around a year later, Bitcoin breaks to new all-time high. The current cycle, November 2023, M2 money supply broke out to an all-time high. Elapsed time, approximately 300 days have passed since the breakout. Where does that leave us? If this pattern holds, we might expect BTC to break out of its current all-time high sometime between September and December. This is crazy. So we have this correlation between Bitcoin and global money supply. And if that historical context or historical data plays out how it has in previous cycles, previous years, September to December is the range. That's crazy to me because all of this other data that we've been using, not even related to the global money supply, gives us a range of September to November, right? So we can tack on there this line here, December, but this general range, September to November, September to December, continues to be, I think, this really key indicator. And I'm talking like this is bullish, right? Like, man, we're getting close to a breakout. But here's the deal for me. Yes, it's really fun and intriguing to watch this range as this area where historically this is when it happens. But on the flip side, this is very simply just a piece of data that doesn't guarantee anything, but now it acts as this very important piece of data where if it doesn't happen, if crypto starts falling here, that could be very telling. And that is a very strong indicator that we all have to take into account individually to figure out how do we want to play that if it diverges at this time zone, right? Meaning we don't get to repeat this cycle like everybody's waiting for and something else happens. We all have to anticipate that in our own individual approaches. I can't tell you what to do. I can only sit here and just prepare myself for if that were to happen. But that's what this is. This is a data point. This isn't me just saying this is it. This is definitely the bull market trigger, although it very much could be the bull market trigger. And I think that's what many of us are hoping for and looking for, but we'll see. So that is that. Now, what I wanted to do real briefly, I just wanted to look at a couple altcoins that play into this. I want to look at ADA. I'm going to look at Matic chart. Not long. I just want to show you something because when we look at, for instance, an ADA chart zoomed out on the daily, it is of no surprise if you're really tracking the data that ADA is where it is right now, right? And this goes for all of the altcoins, most of the altcoins. We are basically right here in this consolidation of last cycle, post Bitcoin halving. Here's the yellow line, Bitcoin halving. And you can see things are different. Like ADA made a move right here. It's putting in the swing high post Bitcoin halving. And ADA kind of made that move a little early, but either way, we're consolidating down at a very similar time frame after the Bitcoin halving. And if you just look at where we are right now on this ADA chart, and then the Matic chart, very interesting as well. We're like, 100 some days post Bitcoin halving. And then this time around, last cycle, at this time, you can just see ADA down, consolidating, waiting to see if we're going to enter a bull cycle. You go to a Matic chart, and you can take altcoin charts and do this. Put the Bitcoin halving in yellow line, each Bitcoin halving, and look at the similarities. Here's Matic last cycle. It took 237 days before Matic finally broke its consolidation post Bitcoin halving. So it took Matic, it looks like even a little longer, meaning November 2020, if you remember, Bitcoin was breaking its bull market doors, going crazy. I think a lot of altcoins started moving really nicely, and Matic actually just took a while before finally breaking to the upside. This is what altcoins do. This is a really important reminder. And if we look at it this cycle, we're only, once again, just over 100 days post Bitcoin halving. And you can just see there could be another 100 days of consolidation for Matic. Months. That's a few more months for something like Matic. And just imagine the frustration in moments like that, right? A few more months of consolidation, especially in an environment where crypto, Bitcoin, for instance, is like approaching, breaking all-time highs. Well, that might be what's in store for many altcoin holders. And that just kind of, I think, gives important perspective on these markets. But when you start looking at all these charts, whether it's a Matic chart, an ADA chart, and then you look at a Bitcoin chart zoomed out, and then you look at this chart, the total crypto market cap chart, and you look at the time frame, we are very much on pace. And this is just another piece of information that really plays into that. And I just want to say the two things, because a lot of people are like, man, what will even drive this to happen? Because I talk about bullish moves. I talk about how I'm bullish on crypto. I think it's going to continue to upside. People are like, how? Where's that money coming from? Again, this video alone is based on the global money supply just reaching all-time highs, breaking all-time highs, going crazy in an environment where interest rates are going to be lowered. There's going to be two things, and there's other things, right? But there's two things mainly that I think are crucial to pay attention to. It's the increased liquidity that is coming into markets. Bitcoin and crypto, I think, will benefit immensely from. And then there's the hedge against the falling fiat. US dollar falls, what happens? Risk on assets. People move into those things. And Bitcoin, I think, especially this cycle, crypto, especially this cycle, is at the receiving end of that. So this is it from a different perspective. Once again, everybody, those are my thoughts today. Let me know what you think. Just sitting here waiting, just like the rest of you, for something to happen one way or another. But look at this sideways. Let's go. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Appreciate your support. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.